Hey guys, just a quick little message before this episode starts. I've recently actually created my Patreon page. The link is right there. If you want to check it out, show you some of the swag I got over there. I have some Pauper Ponderings stickers here. I have some custom Pauper Ponderings tokens. We got the Monarch, Clue, Goblin, Bird, and Elf Warrior. And finally, I have these brand new Pauper Ponderings t-shirts. These are pretty sweet. So if you want to check that out, go to this link right here. But now, let's get to this week's episode of Pauper Ponderings. Alright guys, so we're here for the deck tech this week on Pauper Ponderings, and we are playing Wilyak Rally. That's right, so we are playing a deck based around heroic creatures like Kiln Fiend. Well, Kiln Fiend is an honorary heroic creature, let's say that. We have Lagonna-Band Trailblazer, we have Satyr Hoplite, and we have Akroan Crusader. So with these creatures, we're going to do our best there we go, to make them large and make them unblockable and deal a bunch of damage to our opponent. So, first off, we have cards like Temur Battle Rage to pump them up, Reckless Charge to give them haste, we have Emerge Unscathed to protect them from removal spells, and we have Mutagenic Growth as a free gotcha. But the cool part about this deck is once we make a bunch of guys with Akroan Crusader, we have cards like Rally the Righteous. This is 1 red-white for an instant with Radiance. So this was Boros' mechanic from the original Ravnica block. So it's untap target creature and each other creature that shares a color with it, and then those creatures get +2/+0. So you can see how busted that can get with Akroan Crusader and Satyr Hoplite and Kiln Fiend. They start to get really big really fast. The other cool card in this deck is Ramosian Rally. It's 3 and away for an instant, and creatures you control get +1/+1 until turn. But if you control planes, you can tap an untapped creature you control rather than pay its mana cost. So this, just like Mutagenic Growth, can come out of nowhere to really surprise your opponent and add large chunks of damage and creatures with things like Akroan Crusader and Kiln Fiend. Now we also are playing 4 copies of the namesake card Wojek Siren. It's 1 white for an instant. It also has Radiance. So target creature and each other creature that shares a color with it get +1/+1 until end of turn. So another way to kind of emblem our creatures. Now the final kind of pump spell in our deck is Hearth Charm. So this is 1 red, it has 3 modes. You destroy target artifact creature, not super relevant as even Affinity, like those creatures are mainly going to be non-artifact creatures, but it's the other 2 modes that we're interested in. So it's attacking creatures get +1/+0 till end of turn. Very good when we have a bunch of creatures attacking in, but the other super cool part is target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked this turn. So you can Hearth Charm a Kiln Fiend. It's then going to get huge, and then after it's huge, you can start buffing it up with Reckless Charge and Temur Battle Rage, and the game probably just ends on the spot. They end up taking like 39 damage or something ridiculous. We also play 3 copies of Faithless Looting, so this is in its heart a combo deck. We're trying to assemble one of these creatures with some amount of these pump spells. Sometimes we're going to have too many creatures and not enough pump spells, or too many pump spells and not enough creatures. With Faithless Looting, it allows us to discard garbage and find the stuff that we need in the moment. This deck doesn't have any removal spells, so having the ability to kill them as quickly as possible and play as fast battlecruiser magic as we can is very important. So going over to the sideboard, we have 1 copy of Fragmentize, obviously just very good. 2 copies of Dawn Charm. It allows us to counter edicts, which is really cool. Also regenerates our creatures, and then it can prevent all combat damage dealt this turn, which really isn't important, but sometimes in racing situations it can be. We also have 2 copies of Standard Bearer, kind of like the spell guide of the format. Very good against Boggles, very good against Lightning Bolts, just a good card in general. 2 copies of Electrickery, because in red, in Pauper, it's Bay. Gorilla Shaman also Bay, and Pyroblast is Bay. There's kind of the red sideboard cards that you just play in every deck in Pauper, and that's what those are. Now we're also playing 2 copies of Flaring Pain. This is a good card if you're trying to get around Circle of Protections, and that's what we are going to be trying to do. There's going to be some decks that bring in Circle of Protection against us, exclusively the red one, and this allows us to essentially negate that card for a turn, which is a lot of the time what we need. And finally, a Relic of Progenitus, just as a nice catch-all answer to the blue-black kind of control style deck. So I'm excited about this deck. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think it has the opportunity to be okay, but it is a little glass cannon-y, so we're going to see. I like decks like this. I think we have the ability to possibly pull out a 2-1. But before we get to round number 1, again, I'd like to thank my sponsor, The Manabase, www.themanabase.com, as well as just the Pauper format in general. I think it's really, really sweet. There was a bunch of cards banned in Standard today, but I'm happy to announce that no cards were banned in Pauper. because that format is awesome. It's really does really good job of policing itself. Even with the new Monarch mechanic, I think that the format is in a really good spot right now. So we'll see you back for round number 1 in just a little bit, guys. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, so we're back here for round number 1. This hand does not look keepable. It has Faithless Looting. I'm going to keep. It might be a little dicey. We're on the draw, so I don't know. I like our chances. Playing against Dozy. Dozy. And it looks like we're playing against probably Mono Blue Delver, which is kind of unfortunate. Alright, we're going to lead off with a Faithless Looting. Trying to find a Plains here. Most likely 2 mountains. Well, it's not the best. We probably want to discard the Wojek Siren and a Rally the Righteous right now. And then ship the turn. We wanted to see a Plains there so we could Trailblazer into a Reckless Charge next turn and attack for 3. Okay, so some sort of blue-black deck, I guess. We're not getting ninja'd, which is fantastic. Take 1 here. Alright, there's another mountain, which is really bad. We're going to have to ship the turn again. By my count, there is 10 white sources in this deck. So I feel like it should have been enough, but... Oh, I'm in for these basics. These basics look really nice. Hopefully we just don't get ninja'd. At all points, I just don't want to get ninja'd. Oh, we're going to get ninja'd, aren't we? No, didn't get ninja'd. Okay, sweet. Okay, there's a Plains. So now the question is we're probably going to get Spellstarter sprited. Which sucks, but I don't really see any other way around it. So I'm going to go for it. Spellstarter sprite would be really bad. One time dealer. If it's just counterspell, I'm not even going to feel that bad. Oh. It resolved. Okay, sweet. So we're going to attempt to Reckless Charge it. It's going to become a 1/5, unless he has something. Probably a snap or something. No, it resolved. Okay, sweet. Well, this is going a little bit better than expected. We now have a 4/5. Not quite sure why he floated that blue. So you see like how fast this deck can just kind of get out of... kind of come out of nowhere. The problem is we don't have very many creatures. So like the Wojek Sirens and the Rally the Righteouses are going to kind of be not too... Alright, so we're going to get in for an attack here with the Trailblazer. And I think I'm just going to take this opportunity to Mutagenic Growth. Mutagenic Growth represents another 3 points. So I am going to go for it here. I don't think he has anything. Oh man, he has Vapor Snag there? Well, that's kind of a punish. Feels pretty bad, I guess. Like, I guess it didn't matter. We were going to get Vapor Snag either way. But... yeah, it felt like he didn't have anything there. So, I don't know. Maybe we just got played real bad. The good news is we get to Lagonna-Band Trailblazer plus Reckless Charge again next turn, which is not the worst for us. So he gets in there for what I can only hope is 1. Yeah, just 1. Okay, good. Alright, another Lagonna-Band Trailblazer is okay. So we're going to go for that same play. If it gets countered, we have the exact same play again next turn. We're hoping it doesn't get countered. Oh, it's getting Spellstarter spread now, isn't it? Isn't it? No? Does it resolve this time? It does resolve. Okay, sweet. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and try this Faithless Looting thing again. See what happens. Make it a 1/5 into a 4/5. Sweet. And we're going to try to get in there for 4. We've actually, like, almost done more damage to ourselves than he has. Just straight up Doomblade, eh? Alright. Well, it's not going the greatest for us, but on the bright side, our opponent doesn't have a lot of pressure. So that's good. At all points, we're just hoping we don't get ninja'd. Didn't get ninja'd again. That was an Ash Barrens. So I think I'm going to lead this turn off with a Faithless Looting. Let's see what happens. He's definitely got a handful of gas, though. I wouldn't be surprised if this got countered. So it looks like it's going to get countered. Just regular counterspell. Okay, so now I am going to play another Trailblazer, play this mountain, and then ship, and then I'm going to get a plains on his end step. Or maybe not, actually. I might just need to keep it for Faithless Looting fodder. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I should have just passed the turn. The Chainer's Edict is not good for us. And a Preordain. Yeah, he's doing some stuff that's a little more powerful than us. I will admit that. I'll be a man. He still doesn't have very much of a clock, so that's, I mean, okay for us. What did he do? Top, bottom. Okay. Still no ninja. I guess you could have Simian Spirit Guide, Manamorphose Ninja there. That would still feel bad. It wouldn't be fantastic, but there is a Satyr Hoplite, which, again, is a start. He's only on 3 lands, so Chainer's Edict is effectively turned off the rest of the game. And I am just going to ship the turn here. So we're going to hold up the Wojek Siren. It prevents our guy from getting disfigured, which is good. Another Preordain. Let's see what he does with it. Top and top. That's not good for our hero. I do like these islands, though. These islands are quite nice. I'm going to give him the... I'm going to dock him points for this Vintage Master's Chainer's Edict, though. This Vintage Master's Chainer's Edict is not good. Not good at all. Gurmag Angler. Well, that is horrific for us. And a Fairy Miscreant, which draws him a card. Also horrific. Okay. So he's like blue-black Delver. 4 cards still in hand. Yep, this game is effectively over. Take 1 here. I am going to go ahead and cycle this Ash Barrens, though. Get another Plains, just in case we draw another white pump spell. Hearth Charm. Currently does not do very much, so we pretty much just have to pass the turn. This Gurmag Angler certainly is a stitch in my craw. Dismal Backwater. No. So much life. Gets to send in with the boys. Yeah. Taking 7 down to 11. Kiln Fiend is a card. Well, we'll play the Kiln Fiend. This is getting countered. That will be the game. Alright. Well, this seems like a bad matchup. We want some Pyroblasts for sure. We maybe want some amount of these Dawn Charms. We maybe want standard bears. So we're going to have to go a little bit more kind of attrition-y. I don't think we want these ones. And I don't think the Mutagenic Growths actually do very much. So I'm going to cut those. But I'm going to leave the rest. I think the rest is fine. I think we have enough pump spells. Emerge Unscathed, Hearth Charm, Reckless Charge, Mutagenic Growth. I think I still want the Temur Charms, or the Temur Battle Rages. I think this thing is too expensive. We can maybe put these back. Yeah, they just seem kind of bad. Maybe want a Mutagenic Growth. I mean, I think actually, I don't want the standard bears. I think Emerge Unscathed is just going to be better than any of those cards. This is going to be a tough one, though. This is we definitely got ourselves a tough matchup right out the gates. I would like to play first. This is a Kiln Fiend hand. I am going to keep. I have a Dawn Charm. I definitely have the tools to win this game. It is going to be tough, though. So lead on Evolving Wilds and pass the turn. The problem here is we just, like, it's tough because, like, we can run the Kiln Fiend out. There's a chance, like, he's on Swamp here. He's pretty, if we draw a Mountain, he's, like, pretty close to just dead the following turn. Look at this Plains, put it into play. There's another Kiln Fiend, so this definitely incentivizes us to run the first Kiln Fiend out there. I assume it's just getting disfigured. How scared is he that I'm just gonna... Yeah, no. Okay, well... Dismal Backwater. Again, that is okay for us. We'd like a land. We wouldn't really like that land, though. I think I'm just going to keep the Kiln Fiend in my hand. Like, if I just pass the turn, it's just dead. So, if I can at least get another land so I can hold up Dawn Charm or Reckless Charge it, I'll feel a little bit better. I guess there's the argument that, like, if you hold on to it, it just gets countered. But, I certainly like that. We'd really like an Emerge Unscathed. We also would like some lands. We kind of only want one of these. This is going to be a tough one. This is a tough matchup for sure. Is this a land? We would like a land here. Okay, that's a land. So I think there's pretty much no time but the present to run this Kiln Fiend out, especially into 2 black. If he has Dismember, it's really, really bad. But other than that, I think this Dawn Charm is protection enough. Oh, man. That hurt really bad. Couldn't have been that Doomblade, eh? Couldn't have been that Doomblade. Just make sure counter target spell targets you, regenerate target creature, prevent all damage dealt this turn. Yep, had to be Disfigure. Well, that's tough. That is a tough one. A lot of charms in our hand. A lot of modal effects. There is Satyr Hoplite. So, depending on what happens here, we have the Dawn Charm again, which is nice. So we're going to go ahead and try to Reckless Charge it. We have Dawn Charm backup. Just hope he doesn't have the 3rd Disfigure. That's really what we're hoping for here. So that resolves, which is nice. So we have a 5/2. And we get to get in there for 5. Don't expect him to block. No blocks. So he takes 5 down to 16. Alright, well, we did damage him. So, you know what? We can leave this match saying that we were able to at least do something. So Dismal Backwater. He's going to go back up to 17. We have Hearth Charm next turn. Hopefully we don't get ninja'd here. At all points, we just don't want to get ninja'd. Getting ninja'd is the worst thing. It's probably not the worst thing in Pauper. The worst thing is probably getting the Mnemonic Wall and a Muldrifter flickered with a Ghostly Flicker. And then them getting back like Pulsive Marassa or something. Or he just has a Kiba Shinobi. Well, that is certainly a beating. Okay, well, I think we're on discard Hearth Charm, Hearth Charm. I think Dawn Charm is still more important. Akroan Crusader is not bad. I think at this point I'm pretty much in for this. Akroan Crusader was probably one of the best draws in our deck there, so I should be happy. Now we're just like a couple of somethings away from dealing a pretty big chunk. Yeah, this is 7. He goes down to 10. We're losing the Dawn Charm. We're going to be empty-handed. We have 3 bodies, though. And they're all red, which is important in this deck. Wojek Rally is going to get them all. The nice thing about those spells is you target the Crusader, you let the first ability go on the stack, you make a guy, and then it also gets +1/+1, so maybe he has to hold the Shinobi back here. But I definitely think that was the turn to get in 7 points. His hand is good, though, because you see how hard he debated putting that Okiba Shinobi into play. It's obvious that he has a bunch of stuff. Now, there's a chance he just untaps and kills all 3 of our guys here, which would be really bad, and then attacks us, and then we're on literal nothing. But can't really think like that. We got to kind of be optimistic, and maybe we can we can pull through. Man, this card is an absolute beating. Man, rats are so mean. Alright, so he's going to attacks here. In for 3, we're going to 14. I can only assume it's 14, unless he has something else. There was maybe the argument to leave back the soldier. But I think that point ends up mattering. We'll see. I don't know. Like, you're just throwing the soldier away. He then leaves the... this more incentivizes him to attack. We'll discard the Dawn Charm. I think this way gave us the biggest out here. Who knows what he's preordaining for, but... What's he doing with this preordain? Top. Top. Well, that is not good. That is certainly not good. Alright, well... Away goes the soldier. I'm still... It really still baffles me that this card is a common. It doesn't feel like a common. Okay, what is it? Kiln Fiend is certainly not what we wanted to see, but we will play it. Now, keep in mind he didn't play Fairy Miscreant. So I assume he has something? You have to assume he has something here. And if it's deal with one of my guys... The nice thing now is that Kiba Shinobi really is kind of nullified. We've lost all of our cards. We're going to play this Kiln Fiend. Whether or not it resolves doesn't matter because we're going to get made to discard it anyways. You could have like a remove soul here, I guess. If you play Essence Scatter, you need to get out. It's a remove soul or nothing. So the Kiln Fiend resolves. Pass the turn. He is at a kind of a dangerous life total against us. The problem is we don't have any burn spells, so it's not like we can just burn him out from 6, like drawing Bolt or something. We're gonna have to get there the old-fashioned way with our creatures. The nice thing is they're all red, so that is something. So 2 Fairy Miscreants. That is not what we wanted to see. That's a lot of chump blockers. So now, he probably needs to keep the clock on us with the Shinobi. He's on 4 cards, yeah. Shinobi's going to put us to 11. Good thing the other ninjutsu guys aren't legal. Is the one that like kills a guy, I think. It's like Throat Slitter. There's one that's like Skull Snatcher. It gives those cards from graveyards. That one's pretty nice. Alright, so we're on tap. Need a good draw. That was not really a good draw. So we can send in the Hoplite, which I think is our only play. If he wants to trade both Fairy Miscreants for it, he can. We can't let our Kiln Fiend just trade with a Fairy Miscreant. That would be terrible. This kind of makes him think about it a little bit. If he comes out of the... I assume he has to come out of the tank with I don't have anything, because I would have just sent in all of my guys. But he probably has infinite removal spells in hand, so it probably doesn't matter either way. It's kind of unfortunate that this guy's white and not red, but those are the breaks sometimes. It is a blocker for the Yokibi Gang Shinobi, which is pretty nice. He just continues to filter the top cards of his library, though, which is bad for us. He's almost on Chainer's Edict Flashback as well, so that's something to keep in mind. The nice thing about our heroic creatures and Kiln Fiend is that our pump spells don't even have to resolve. They just have to get put on the stack, and then most of the time their effects are going to take place. Like Lagonna-Band Trailblazer is going to get a +1/+1 counter, the Akroan Crusader is going to make a guy, the Satyr Hoplite is going to get a +1/+1 counter, and the Kiln Fiend is going to get +3/+0. So the fact that our creatures are so resilient to the fact that they don't need the pump spells to resolve, that is pretty huge. Now, what did he do with that? He is thinking. Top and top. This guy tops a lot of his cards. That's either really good for us or kind of bad. It could be really good. Like, he could just maybe be overestimating his board position. He's obviously not being able to attack there. There's Wojek Siren. So, what does this do? Does it allow us to attack? I don't think it does, because it currently doesn't even buff Lagonna-Band Trailblazer. So I'm actually just going to ship the turn. I think we need probably 1 or 2. I maybe could have sent in the Hoplite there. Maybe that was a mistake. But I think if we're going to win this game, it's going to be in one huge swing. See what he decides to do. He is going to send in a Miscreant. So that's certainly something for us. That's good. That is good for us. The problem is we essentially only have 3 creatures because the Trailblazer currently has no way to gain a power. If this is another Shikibing Shinobi, that's unfortunate. Ninja the Powers is actually not as bad for us. It actually is. It lets them play the Fairy Miscreant again, which is pretty unfortunate. We go down to 9. He gets to draw a card, back up to 6, down to 5, and he doesn't play the Miscreant, so that means he 100% has a counterspell. Another Lagonna-Band Trailblazer is what we will play there. Hopefully he counters it. Either way, we're playing it. Just Spell Stutter Sprite. Okay. So he probably has another Spell Stutter Sprite if I got probably, yeah, he must. Because there's no reason you don't play the Fairy Miscreant if you already have a Spell Starter Sprite, so he probably just has another Spell Starter Sprite. So his hand is Spell Starter Sprite, Fairy Miscreant, 2 Not Knows, and he has a Chainer's Edict. And there's that Fairy Miscreant, which draws him another card and makes Spell Starter Sprite hard counter into a Ponder. Yeah, this game is effectively over. I think it was over a couple turns ago, but we'll see what we draw, and then we might concede. There's no real point to watch you guys, or what for you guys to watch me suffer through another couple minutes of this. Who would have thought ninjas and fairies would work together so well? I'm not sure that really makes sense in the kayfabe of Magic. Chooses to shuffle. Well, we got lucky there, I guess. Joke's on him. Joke's on him. Joke's on him. Distress. That's a nice one. Look at this art. This art is terrifying. That is terrifying art. Well, that's funny. Yeah, we're just so dead. Yep. Joke's on him. Look at that. Exactly what we said would happen. It doesn't matter. We still make a guy. Our Kiln Fiend still gets +3/+0. Joke is on him. Alright, Spell Starter Sprite is going to counter the Wojek Siren. Akroan Crusader is going to make a guy. Kiln Fiend is going to get +4 or +3/+0. And Distress is going to resolve. You know what? That's a win in my book right there. We were able to get him to waste, essentially waste that Spell Starter Sprite. So what are we drawing to? I'm not quite sure. We definitely needed a card in hand because we had like some amount of we had Hearth Charm plus like Temur Battle Rage on Kiln Fiend. So this game is pretty much over at this point. Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop it up. Okay, guys. Well, that was round number 1. We'll be right back for round number 2, playing some heroic Wojek or Wojek heroic. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you back for round number 2, guys. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, we're back here for round number 2. I think I have to keep this hand. Playing against KG10. Lost the die roll again, unfortunately. Ooh, look at another nice island. A lot of guys are in on the Rivals of Ixalan Island, which, you know, I can dig. I can dig that. So we're playing against Delver again, which is, I assume this is just mono blue Delver, though. So we're going to go ahead and Plains and pass. So this is probably going to be a difficult one, I think. She has Brainstorm. Sure. It's funny, actually, because I went into the just for fun room to try and not play against a blue deck. And here we are against a blue deck. Okay, so we're going to get clocked for 3 here. Oh, yep. Oh, no. Oh, yep. And we'll take 3 down to 17. And a Fairy Miscreant. Yep. Alright, so we're going to basic land cycle. Get a mountain. Play this mountain. Just gonna play the Akroan Crusader here. I think, and then I'm gonna try and do some stuff next turn. We're gonna get busted here, and I'm actually in if he wants to ninja at this point. Didn't get ninja'd. Okay. Augur of Boros. Sure. What does he get with Augur of Boros? Ponder. Okay. So he didn't play Ponder. Mountain. Untap. We'll play this mountain. Alright, so now, what am I going to do? I think I'm just going to cast Faithless Looting, see what happens. Kiln Fiend and Lagonna-Band Trailblazer. I don't want the Trailblazer. I think I want the Plains. And I think I want the Hearth Charm. I think I want the Emerge Unscathed. I actually don't want the Wojek Siren. I definitely don't like our chances. He's on 4 cards. He has a Ponder. So we're going to go ahead and play the Kiln Fiend and then just ship the turn here. Like, maybe keeping up Emerge Unscathed makes more sense, but at this point we're banking on him pretty much not having it. So again here, we're in for him to have a ninja. Doesn't have a ninja, sure. We want like more Augur of Bolos's to hopefully find more cantrips. Because we're pretty close to just killing him with the Kiln Fiend. Daze. Okay. There's a mountain, so we'll play that. So here I think I'm actually just gonna Faithless Looting. It's tough. It's really tough. So we want this Temur Battle Rage to resolve. We don't have very many turns to resolve it. We can keep up Emerge Unscathed. But I think our best bet is just trying to find another pump spell. Yep, I think that's our best bet at this point. Just try to play for next turn. Okay, those are pretty good. That's pretty much what we wanted. Mutagenic Growth is decent. That should get us pretty close to killing him. We'll see, though. So he has Daze, which is the unfortunate part of this situation. So we're going to get 4 down to 5. It's a Ponder. Okay, so we know he has Daze. So next turn we can go Hearth Charm unblockable, Mutagenic Growth, Temur Battle Rage. If we draw land, we get to hold up Emerge Unscathed as well. Do we even want to see if he shuffled? Choose not to shuffle. So that means we're probably dead. Akroan Crusader. We can take one more hit, I guess. We can't if we want to do the Mutagenic Growth play. So if we Hearth Charm, it becomes a 4/2. Mutagenic Growth, it is lethal. We don't have. So if we go Hearth Charm, 4/2. Temur Battle Rage. It doesn't do it. If he has a counterspell, we're dead, but if not, we're dead anyways, so I guess we just go for it. Yeah. I don't see this working as the problem. Definitely not. Okay, well. Wait. Does this not work? Oh, this must not work. Why is this even in the deck if this doesn't work? Man, I feel kind of like an idiot now. Okay, well. I guess we just go to attacks. It feels pretty bad that that doesn't work, but I mean, he has Vapor Snag, we have Emerge Unscathed, and let's see what happens. There's another daze, or Vapor Snag, so it really didn't matter either way. It's unfortunate that's the way it worked out, but we will go to game number 2. Alright, so we're playing against Delver, Mono Blue Delver, which means we get the Pyroblasts and the Electrickeries probably is all we want. We probably don't want this 3-mana card. Trim some of these Hearth Charms. Yeah, just like that. I think this is fine. It's going to be tough, though. Alright, so we are on the play for game number 2. I would like to play first. This hand is okay. I will keep. The nice thing about Pyroblast, not that I think it'll happen very often, is you can just randomly target your hero creatures because they are not red. So they won't die, but you still target them. So that's something to keep in mind. Man, these islands are beautiful. There is a Delver of Secrets. Emerge Unscathed. Well, we're going to go ahead and do what? Probably just do it now. I think it makes the most sense to just overload his removal spells as early as possible. I think I'm actually just going to if he has Daze, that's really bad. It's actually not even that bad. Yeah, okay. This is probably fine. It's going to make 2 guys at the end of it all, which is nice. And I'll get in there for 2. Start to do some amount of damage. The nice thing is we now get a spell that we don't have to pay for on our next turn, which essentially just makes a guy for free. And then we have Pyroblast back up. So I'm definitely all in for that. So if he wants to do something like Spellstutter Sprite this, I probably just Pyroblast it. Choose Akroan Crusader. It's going to make another creature. Akroan Crusader is quite the card. So he has Vapor Snag, I guess. So I'm going to try to counter that and see what happens. Like, this really doesn't do much, but I would rather have the I would rather... This is the Dispel? Okay, well, it doesn't really matter that much, because I still get the creature. And I think at the end of the day, this is, like, not the worst fight, especially if I can draw a red here. Drawing a red here would be fantastic. White was... Plains is probably the worst draw in my deck. So I kind of forced what I wanted to have happen. The unfortunate part was we just didn't, our deck didn't cooperate there. And that, you know what, and you can say what you want about us not getting lucky, blah, 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 but that's just kind of the downside to playing these two-color decks in this format. And that sounds ridiculous, but, you know, a deck like Delver's just never going to have that problem, and that's why it's so good. Where's the mountain we wanted last turn? So we're going to send both of our soldiers in. Resolves. I think we're going to... Oh, nope. Going to play Kiln Fiend here. See what happens. So I'm going to try to stop that. I don't think there's anything that can stop me back. I guess 2 days will do it, but I'd be very happy with that. So the Kiln Fiend resolves. But we're kind of out of gas. Our opponent is also kind of out of gas, but he's playing a blue deck, and we're playing a Boros deck. So maybe... Let's see what he's... Well, that was a good follow-up to what we were doing. So was that. Yeah, that one stung. That stung big time. Just to draw a card off of that thing. No attacks, sure. I'll always yield to that. Mountain is not a good draw. We'll attack with both of our soldiers. They're doing some damage. I'm in for a trade with both these Fairy Miscreants. It's either really bad for me or really good for me if he trades with both of them. This feels like a win for me. I don't know. Maybe he just wants to preserve his life total, I guess, but that certainly felt good for us. Certainly. We unfortunately have no effects here. There's a Brainstorm. Yeah, I really can't get over how nice these islands are. Man. It's down to 3 cards in hand. The Delver deck doesn't particularly come back all that well. But if you have something like an Augur of Bolas here, that's going to mean super, super big trouble for us. Delver is okay. It's definitely going to flip, which is bad. But that could have been worse. If we draw something good here, Temur Battle Rage is not really what we wanted to see, but I think we still push into this Delver. Because we can cast it. Kind of like... I don't think he's in a block. Yeah, I didn't think so. The problem, though, is he now has a 3/2. That is the big problem. And who knows? I mean, he might not have a 3/2. Maybe it's just a bunch of lands in hand for him. You can certainly hope. No. It was a Ponder even. So that's pretty bad for us. So he's going to get in there for 3, puts it down to 16. There's the Ponder, yep. So what are our best draws? Our best draws are, like, Reckless Charge is a good draw. I'm not even going to look to see if he shuffled or not. Wojek Siren is not the worst draw. I It attacks for 4. I mean, it definitely puts some pressure on him. I'm going to go for it. It makes a guy at the very least. So we'll see what happens. If he wants to counter it or not. Doesn't look like he's countering it. Sweet. Okay, that resolved. Excellent. So we're going to get in there for 4. Maybe that was a, maybe that was using that a little bit hasty, but, you know, it's definitely a tough call. We're pretty behind it. I guess I can check and see if he, chooses not to shuffle. Okay, another ponder. Also not good for us. Reckless Charge would still be very good. Reckless Charge currently represents 6, 7, 8 points of damage. So what did he do with that ponder? Not to shuffle. Preordain, sure. Maybe he just goes really deep. Maybe he's just playing cantrips. Reckless Charge would be fantastic. What did he do with this? Bottom, bottom, hopefully? Top, bottom. Okay. Taking 3 here. Down to 13. So this probably is representing, I just can assume, Counterspell. Emerge Unscathed. See if we can force his hand with this. Let's see. Just has Spell Stutter Sprite. Okay. So he's countering it. We still get an extra creature. So now we're going to go in for the attacks here. I guess this was definitely a situation where we wanted the Radiant card. Because it would untap the Kiln Fiend, which would be insane. It feels bad, but we're going to save our Akroan Crusader and make a guy. This hits him for 2. He goes down to 7, but we have a 2-turn clock on him, and we're now winning the race. So now he has to think about what he wants to do, because we are winning the race now. As it stands. He has 2 cards in hand to our none, but our board is not terrible. This will be huge here to see how he feels about this game. And he obviously feels okay with it if he's attacking, which is not good for us. We get down to 10. No plays, sure. Electrickery. Well, I currently can't really cast that. So we're just going to go to attacks. Attack with everything. See what happens. Vapor Snag, sure. Still have the race in our favor currently. Play Akroan Crusader. We get to Electrickery his Spell Stutter Sprite here. Just regular counterspell. That is also still good for us, I guess. Because now, currently on board, he can't attack us. Again, this will be huge to see if he attacks or not. Doesn't attack. So, once again, good for us. We'll be able to squeak this one out here. Ash Barrens is not what we wanted to see. Well, send in the boys. He has 2 cards in hand. Let's see what happens. Only has the 1 blocker. Okay. He falls to 1. I think I just go for the Electrickery here. This plays around more stuff, I think. This may just get counterspelled. Dispel. Okay, well. He still is dead on board. He has to have something else. I don't feel like I've missed anything. It's going to be pretty sucky if we lose. This would be a sweet game, though. This would definitely go down and pop. Oh, that was a win. All right, so we grinded it out. That was some kind of game. I actually think we want one of these, and we'll take out one of these. This thing, I think, if we would, there was a couple turns there. If we would have drawn it, we actually probably would have won the game with that Kiln Fiend there. It's just sitting there, getting to untap it. This thing doesn't untap, right? No. None of these other cards untap on any of our guys. Alright, so we're back here for game number 3. Trying to beat Delver. We have to mulligan, though, unfortunately. I think I have to keep this hand. Definitely have to put that to the bottom. We might end up just not getting to play a spell here. We'll see, though. No Delver. That's not good for us. That's definitely not the land we wanted. We're just going to pass. Just one time. One time. Okay, didn't flip. That's good. Alright, alright. So you're saying there's a chance. Plus he has no land. I don't know what's in his hand. Okay, so there's a second land. Preordained, sure. There's a Fairy Miscreant. That's going to resolve. Get a mountain. Ooh, there's Ramosian Rally. That's a pretty decent one. I'm going to lead on Akroan Crusader. And I'm going to pass the turn. So again, we kind of have to fade it here. And it was a Dispel. Okay, so the fact that we know about the Dispel is okay. So I think the key to winning this game is going to be to try to resolve this Rally of the Righteous. That's going to be the game. Whether or not we can do that is yet to be seen. Hearth Charm is not what we wanted there. So we're going to cast this Satyr Hoplite. See if he counters it or not. That was pretty much worst case scenario. Oh, that's not good. And he has the Dispel now. I don't think we can attack. So I just have to ship. Yeah, this game got out of hand pretty quickly. Dispel and Spellstutter Sprite both are very, very good against us. So we're going to take 5 here. We're on a 3-turn clock. There's a Preordain, sure. What's he doing with it? So we went top with the Preordain. That's not great. Need a land here. It's not a land, but we will try to resolve it, I think. Just don't be a Spellstutter Sprite. Please. Ooh.
Shot through the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name.
That one hurt. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt real bad. Bon Jovi's pretty sweet though, right? Alright. Yeah, we'll take this 5 and fall to 5. Preordain. Yeah, it's looking not too good for our hero here. Not too good for us. There's a Pyroblast. He has the Dispel, which pretty much means we are cooked. Well, guys, we fought the good fight against the Menace, but couldn't quite get there. Hopefully we can get there in round 3. I have hope. This deck is sweet. I'll see you back for round number 3 with Wojek Heroic. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright, guys, we're here for round number 3. I think I'm going to keep this hand. We're on the draw again, unfortunately. We're hoping to just not play against another Delver deck. This doesn't look like a Delver deck, so that's sweet. We'll play our own Evolving Wilds. And pass the turn. Like so. And what is our opponent going to get? Gets a Forest. Okay. And an Island. So this can mean like Infect. Ooh, Coiling Oracle. Coiling Oracle's a nice one. I do like me a... Wow. Wow. How badly do I want to be doing that in Pauper? Alright, go get myself a Mountain. Untap. And play Kiln Fiend. And pass the turn. So what could this guy be doing? Seagate Oracle. This deck looks pretty sweet. Now, the only problem here is he's got Modern Masters, Seagate Oracle, and Coiling Oracle. These two cards are too sweet. You gotta use the original sets. Very important. Lagonna-Band Trailblazer. Well, I think in this spot I actually just want to Emerge Unscathed the Kiln Fiend. Give it Pro Blue. Then Mutagenic Growth the Kiln Fiend. And then attack for 9. And he's certainly trying to block, it looks like. And then I'll play another Kiln Fiend. So I get to Emerge Unscathed on my upkeep and then Rally the Righteous. So depending on what he has, I have a lot of damage coming. Hoping for another Pump Spell to pretty much close the game out. But he could have something, I guess. The nice thing about Emerge is it's going to make both of our creatures 4/2s. So even if it doesn't result like we've been saying the whole time. Eee. That sucks. Okay. Well, target this one. Protection from blue. We need a good one here. Akroan Crusader is actually not bad. So cast Akroan Crusader. What does he have for this? Not sure if he has anything. Alright, sweet. I'm going to Rally the Righteous, this guy. So I'm going to make a guy. Make Kiln Fiend into a 7/2. Make Kiln Fiend into a 7/2. And then make them both 9/2s. You can't block the 1. And I'm going to attack with these guys. So he has to block the 1 Kiln Fiend. Double block, that probably makes sense. We get in for 12. Puts him down to 7. He has 5 cards in hand, though. If we didn't have the Mutagenic Growth there, that would have been fantastic. A battle for Zendikar basics. Those are pretty nice. Alright, so here's a Hooting Mandrills from our opponent. So he must be just sitting on a bunch of counterspells, if I would have to guess. So we'll start with a Lagonna-Band Trailblazer and see what happens. It resolves. So I'm going to try to Emerge Unscathed the Akroan Crusader and see what happens. Because it makes the Kiln Fiend so that he has to trade with it. Choose green. So this way he has to block a Akroan. Oh. That was close. He was down to 3, hopefully. Or 4, yeah. Next turn we get to Emerge Unscathed again. Oh, this is probably Pulse. Ugh. Man, Pulse is kind of sucky. What did he get back? Seed Oracle? Coiling Oracle. Yeah, that makes sense. Coiling Oracle is fine. Manowar is good, though. Manowar is very good. He's currently in 12 life off his Pulse Morasses. And he's not even playing Manowar. That is bad for us. We'll choose this one. And I will choose blue. That's a pretty decent one, I think. I'm going to go ahead and attack. See what happens. Try to give attacking creatures +1/+0. He didn't cast Manowar, so I can only assume he has a counterspell for this. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I will take this trade, though, I guess. You know, just pulse me again, though. So, like, right now he's taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so he's think twicing in response. Sure. Still have no effects. That resolves. Okay, cool. Takes 7 and goes to 3. Sweet. Another Coiling Oracle. Sure. Essence Scatter. Okay, good to know about. There's that Mana War to probably bounce the Akroan Crusader. Oh, just a token. Okay, sure. So we're going to need some good ones here, not creatures. Mutagenic Growth is okay. So if we Mutagenic Growth the Akroan Crusader, it means he has to block it. And he goes to 1 if he double blocks it. So I think I am just going to do that. The other option is to attack with everything, but then he just lets Lagonna-Band Trailblazer through and he eats our Akroan Crusader. So I think this is still the most correct. So now he can let the Akroan Crusader jump with the Coiling Oracle. Manowar can eat a soldier, he goes to 2. Well, that was pretty much what I figured would happen. And we'll pass, kind of just crossing our fingers. We can't draw a creature, because that's dead. Well, Muldrifter evoked is probably okay. So, oh, he's got a blink. Oh no. Yeah, that sucks. Bounces. Alright, so now we're in really big trouble. We need to draw. We have some draws, I guess. I guess, like, Relentless Assault is really good. Yeah, Relentless Assault is pretty much what we're drawing to here. Mutagenic Growth doesn't really do it. So we're just going to pass, I think. No attacks. These Lagonna-Band Trailblazers have not been very good. We can definitely say that. It's in for 2, sure. It's down to 14. Another Muldrifter is not good. Not good at all. Alright, let's see. Wojek Siren is pretty decent. Alright, I'm gonna try it. Let's see what happens. It's currently lethal. I guess we're hoping for the repeal. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Alright, and then just play Akroan Crusader. And pass the turn, I guess. Well, this is going to be a tough one to win from here, I think. Let's ponder. Not to shuffle. That's not good. Also, Thornwood Falls. And Manowar is atrocious for us as well. Bounces a soldier token. Taking 4. We still have some peels, so I'm not going to concede just yet. Let's see what Faithless Looting brings us. Kiln Fiend Hearth Charm. It's too bad. Too bad. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this game. Don't think so. Yeah, nope. Alright, well, I guess we can always go to game number 3. Number 3. We can win in 3. Okay, so what do we want to do here? We definitely want the Pyroblast, and that's probably it. We probably don't want these. They don't seem very good. We'll cut a Hearth Charm, and that'll be it. Alright, so we're on the play here for game number 2. I have to mulligan this hand. I can keep this one, though. This one's alright. Maybe our opponent mulligans a bunch, too. That'd be nice. His deck looks really sweet. It's like blue-green value. That's a nice deck. I'm going to keep. I think it's too good to not. But I guess it doesn't matter because I'm just going to Ash Barrens on turn 1 anyways. I mean, I guess I could wait to rip it. Yeah, probably makes sense. Then on my turn, cycle the Ash Barrens, draw Pyroblast. Yeah, that makes sense. So we have Thornwood Falls. We draw that. We're going to basic land cycling this. Grab a mountain, play the mountain, play Satyr Hoplite, and ship the turn. This Satyr Hoplite's going to have to do some damage, that is for sure. Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh. Gets the land too. Alright. So here, I think I just play Akroan Crusader. And then Emerge Unscathed the Hoplite. I'm going to give it protection from blue. So this turn sets me up for a pretty decent turn next turn because I have Pyroblast to counter any potential counterspells, plus the Wojek Siren, plus Emerge Unscathed. So, worst case scenario, he plays a Manowar here. Another Coiling Oracle, sure. There's the Manowar, okay. Alright, so I'm going to cast it on the Akroan Crusader this time. So I'm going to give Akroan Crusader protection from blue. Draw for my turn is a Mutagenic Growth. That's pretty decent. So I'm going to Wojek Siren the Akroan Crusader. With that on the stack, I'm going to Mutagenic Growth the Akroan Crusader. Like, I gotta take my licks when I can get them, especially now that I have Pyroblast up. So we have something like a repeal, like a Pyroblast it. Well, you can actually repeal the Akroan Crusader has protection from blue, so that's pretty good. +1. Make another one. They all get +1/+1. And I get to get in there with everybody. Like so. So he double blocks on that one, which is fine. He's going to take 10. 11 even. Repeal for that one. I just counter it. I'm going to get Mana Ward, but this is pretty much best case scenario now. He's taking 10 down to 8. Oh, he took 11 even. So he gets to Mana Ward one of my soldiers, but I'm a pretty good rip away from being back in this game. It sucked that he had the repeal though. Yeah. Could use a good one here. Something like a mountain. Alright, we'll play Satyr Hoplite, and he has the Essence Scatter. Not even using Remove Soul, which is the worst part. No attacks for us. You have to pass. Seagate Oracle, that's not good. Oh, and a Pulse of Marassa. Wojek Siren's alright, but I think I just need to wait on it. It really feels like the most we can do is like 10, 11, 12 damage in a turn, and Mana War is really bad for us too. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one, guys. This is going to be a tough one. Can't afford to block here. Yeah, there's a Coiling Oracle. Puts an Evolving Wilds into play. So he's on one card. The Satyr Hoplite, which we will play. No attacks, though. Think twice, sure. Yep, think twice again, sure. Seagate Oracle, that's a tough one. I don't think I can block yet. Ugh. Mountain was not a good one. I'm starting to think the power level of this deck just isn't there. Unfortunately for us. It was a nice thought, though. Muldrifter, sure. I still can't block. Mutagenic Growth, that's pretty much going to do it. I can block here, here, and here. I take 1, 2, 3, 4. I go to 2, all my guys die. Yeah, well, guys, wasn't too good with the old Wilyak Rally. I'll see you back for the conclusion in just a little bit. Alright, guys, so we are back for the conclusion of Wilyak Rally. Unfortunately, things didn't really go our way. We went 0-3. Which is kind of a beating. We played some bad matchups. I think the blue decks with some amount of removal or just any sort of like Vapor Snag, that kind of thing, backed up with things like Dispel and Daze, those are just going to be tough matchups. We're trying to resolve some smaller creatures that don't get under Spellstutter Sprite very well. I think just the deck as a whole is definitely flawed against those Delver decks. Now, that could just be saying that the deck is a little underpowered, and I think it is. There were a couple times where we were able to do our thing, and our thing was like deal 10 or 11 damage. And then after that, that was pretty much it. I think the reason why, you know, the Tireless Tribe combo deck is so good is because it's going to kill you in one hit, or Is It Blitz is going to kill you in one hit. With this deck, and it's also backed up by Counter Magic. In this deck, you're really kind of praying that they don't have a Vapor Snag or a Repeal, and I think we were just a little bit undermanned in this matchup. I think there's some good things going on. I think the card Akroan Crusader continues to surprise me with how good it is. I'm not sure what the correct shell is for it, though. So if you guys are thinking about a card to brew with in Pauper, I think Akroan Crusader is right up there. And again, I'm not sure what that deck is, but I could definitely see it becoming something somewhere. The rest of the deck, I think Rally the Righteous costs a little bit too much mana. Ramosian Rally, not quite good enough. Wojek Siren, not quite good enough. I think there's a lot of things going on here that are sweet. They're just not quite good enough. Our sideboard is obviously good. We had a lot of good cards. Pyroblasts were insane. The Electrickeries, as always, were good. But I think as a whole, I think this deck just a little bit underpowered. Tell me what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, give it a share, and make sure you check us out over on Patreon. The link is right here. All the links for everything else down in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, thanks for the mana base, and I'll see you all next week with hopefully a dinosaur deck. Thanks for watching, guys.